Hi there. So in today's video tutorial, I'm going to be going through the 4K pinball machine. Now this is just going to be how to turn the machine on and just sort of an overview on how to navigate the menus and everything on the inside, so that way you can get up and running when you first receive it. Now for the purpose of this video, I have not installed the legs just to make this a little bit more convenient for myself, but by the time you're watching this video, you'll have all legs installed and you'll have it off the ground essentially. Now, when you first receive the machine, you'll get this bag and it's going to come with a power cord, and on the power cord, you'll have a couple of keys on there. Those keys are important. They'll be to open up the front coin door over here, and that's going to have your volume control on the inside. I'll show you that in a bit once we turn the machine on. And another thing you'll have is the power cord. Now, the power cord is going to go plugged in on the back of the machine, on the bottom door over here. Now that's where the whole machine is going to be powered from. Now the switch next to it is not the power switch to the machine. This switch really doesn't do anything right now. It used to be the power switch, but the designers went ahead and changed the location of that to a more convenient location, and I'll show you right now. So on the front of the machine, underneath, I'll show you right here, you're gonna have this little module right there. That's gonna be a button and a switch. Over here is gonna be a switch right next to the button. I'll go ahead and flip that now. And then after we flip that switch, you'll see that the buttons are gonna start to turn on. And if we give it a second, you'll see a no signal on all the screens appear. That's because the machine is now receiving power after plugging it in. So once you plug it in, you flip that switch, that's going to start providing power to the machine. Now you'll say, you know, why isn't anything happening to the monitors? And that's because we still have yet to turn on the computer on the inside. The computer is going to be turned on using this button right here. So let me go ahead and turn on the button. You'll see it turn blue. And on the top screen, you should see some activity start to happen. You'll see the Windows logo, and that's going to be the computer doing its thing. It's going to start booting up. And the reason why it's designed like this is to ensure the longevity of the PC inside. Now, what was happening before was that the PC would turn on alongside the machine, you know, using the little switch on the back, and then turning it off as well would just shut the power to the PC. And we found that, you know, that wasn't really helping the PC in the longevity. Ideally, you would like to shut down your PC first and then cut the power to it. And that's what I'll be showing you guys in a little bit at the end of this video on how to shut it down. But for now, we're just gonna go ahead and boot it up, and then I'll show you guys how to navigate the menus. Now let's take a look inside here and I'll show you your volume control. Now you're gonna have 3 different amplifiers. Your main one is gonna be the one straight ahead. There's the computer right there in the background. But yeah, this amplifier right here is gonna control those 2 speakers on the front. And here we have the whole game starting up. But yeah, right here is gonna be your main master volume for that. And then over here are gonna control some of the subwoofers that you have inside the machine. Those are gonna, you know, give you some rattle and some bass when it comes to some of the sound effects. And then over here, we have a couple of more amplifiers. We have diagrams that'll show you what these are going to, but there are some speakers that have been mounted around the machine that will then give additional sound effects and different things, so that way it sounds like there's a lot of things happening inside of the machine, so it gives you a little bit more of an authentic pinball feel. And that's what those amplifiers do over there. And so for these, the master volumes will be right here and right there. So if you're hearing a little bit too static or anything like that, just go ahead and turn them down, and that'll fix that right there. Right, so now that we have everything booted up, you'll see the first things is this Leprechaun King game. Now this is going to be the only game that's going to be outside of a folder. You know, it doesn't really belong to any software or anything like that. It's just an independent game that works really well with the system we have here. Now to navigate the menu, you're going to be using these flipper buttons on the side. You have red on the right and blue on the left. And as we can see here, we have a couple of menus to go through. All right. So first is the Leprechaun game. I'll show you how to select first. So let me go ahead and close this door. Now you want to hit the start button. And when you hit the start button, it's going to take you into this little menu right here where you can see just different informations. You have a little button right here that you can press to go back. So you can either, press start on that to go back to the menu, or alternatively, you can also just use the extra ball button, and that also will take you back to the main menu as well. So those are little things to go back whenever you enter a folder or anything like that. Now we're just gonna choose one of the folders and go through some of the games that are in there. We have FX3 right here. And as you can see, it's gonna have multiple games in this folder. You have Alien, just a couple of movies and TV shows and stuff like that. It is a little loud, so I'll go ahead and turn it down and I'll show you right here. We're just gonna use this knob right here on the right. And I believe that should turn it down quite a bit. A little better right there.
We have orders to contain this threat by.
But we'll go ahead and choose a game.
Evacuate the uninformed.
We have Doom right here, so we'll go ahead and start.
And
And you'll have a couple of versions you can go and select through, but we want to generally use just the first one. And so you'll just use start.
Please wait. I am now loading up the game. Have fun.
And you'll have a couple of movie clips on that little fourth screen on the top right there. But yeah, some different programs are going to work a little differently. Some of them will use the actual launcher itself. Sometimes you'll have to use the button right there. But it's very accommodating for every game,
I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and solve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
And as you can see here, sometimes you'll have different options on the screen and you can toggle them using the flipper. And then we'll hit launch to choose one. So this is Nightmare on Doom. And right now I'm going to pull back on this. And that's going to go ahead and launch it. And as you can see, the flippers on the side are going to control the flippers. And the back bunge right here is going to shake the machine itself. So as you can see, every time you press it, it gives it a little shake. Same thing with the other side. Got it. And I'll go ahead and to exit the game, you're just going to hit exit right down here. And to go back to the main menu, you'll just hit the extra ball button a couple of times. Right, and that's how it's going to operate. These are all different folders. You have Visual Pinball 9. You have Visual Pinball X. Here are your favorites list. Now to add some games to your favorites, I'll show you. Let's go ahead and choose a table. We'll go into FX2 right here. We'll hit start. We'll get into the folder. And we'll just choose Biolab. That's a pretty simple game to choose. We'll go into play, and then we can use the flipper over here on the side. We can go here to where it says add to global favorites. This is gonna be the favorites that is gonna be on your main page. We're gonna go ahead and click that. We're gonna go to start. Got it. So now you click extra ball. Go back to your favorites list. We're gonna press start. And as you can see right there, we have Biolab in there. And so the more you go in and select the global favorites on the game you wanna add in here, the more you'll populate this little area. And in order to save them, before you turn the machine off, you're gonna go ahead and go back to extra ball. We're gonna go to the main menu, and you're just gonna hold this extra ball button for 15 seconds, and you'll see that little menu pop up. Give it a little bit of time. You'll see right here, yep. You see all the screens turn off, and then you'll see this menu right here. And you'll hit the flippers, and you'll go down to save favorites. All right, so I just hit the right flipper a couple of times to scroll down to save favorites, and we're gonna hit start. and that's going to restart your system. So by the time it turns on again, you will have successfully saved your favorites list and all the games you have populated in there. So that is a very important step if you want to always have your collection of games in your favorites list like that. And so it's going to go through, it's going to start up again. You'll see the Windows logo on the top. It's going to go through its little loading phase. And so yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of navigating the game folders and adding to your favorites list, creating your own little folder with the games that you like best, so that way you don't always have to go, into FX2, FX3 and, find the game that you want. But when it gets started up back, we'll take a look at that jukebox section and just sort of go how to choose a song. Now, it's not going to be individual songs in the jukebox. They're going to be individual folders, and it's going to be playing essentially a set list of songs in every folder. So you should have over 1,000 songs in there, but there's only a couple of hundred folders. That's because there are multiple songs within each folder and file. So you'll have to let that play through and then, choose a separate one next to it. So as we can see, it's getting all started up here. We'll go in there. Let's just check out our favorites list, make sure it's saved Biolab for us. Here's our favorites list. And as you can see right there, it did indeed save Biolab. So that's how you go in and get to your favorites. Now we'll go back, and then over here, we're gonna take a look at that jukebox. We're gonna go in, and as you can see, it's got little descriptions at the bottom of what you're gonna have. You're gonna have a little music video over there at the top, and you just let this play, and then you get to choose different ones. As you can see right here, you have more live AC/DC. You have the music video playing right there. So you have a really wide selection of music to choose from. Of course, it's AC/DC right now because it's going in alphabetical order. But as we keep going over here, we have a lot of different ones you can choose from. So it's a really great entertainment center right here. If you're having guests, people over at a party, you can just leave this playing, let them choose, what they want. But yeah, all alphabetical and all pretty simple. And of course, if you want to go back to the main menu, we hit the extra ball. Now, to turn off the machine, we're basically just going to do the reverse of what we did to turn it on. So when we first turned on the machine, we flipped the switch on the bottom and then pressed the button afterwards. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to press the button first. So if we go down here, I'm just going to go ahead and press the button, and then you'll see on the play field, you'll see a shutting down. Now you want to let it shut down all the way, and the way you'll know everything is turned off is when you see a no signal pop up on all the screens right there. So give that a second. And here we see no signal and everything. So now you're okay to flip the switch. As you can see, you have that purple light turned off. And so let's go down here, flip the switch, and everything is turned off. That is going to be the best method to turning off your visual pinball machine. And there no being anything weird going on with the computer, just completely cutting out the power or anything like that. You let the computer turn off as it would, and then you turn off the pinball itself. So when you turn it on, you'll flip the switch first and then press the button. So that way you turn on the pinball machine and then the PC, and then to turn it off, you press the button, turn off the PC first, and then flip the switch and turn everything else off. All right. Hopefully this video helped you to get started with your virtual pinball machine. Thank you very much for purchasing with us. And if you have any more questions or concerns that are not in this video, please let us know and we can help you out. And enjoy. Thank you for watching and have a great day.